Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of those of you that are currently not in communication with your person. So, as per usual, I will be starting off with an oracle and we can clarify the existing energies with tarot. Okay, guys, so we have the message drowning. You are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. Okay, I just did Libra's reading and they pulled this card. So you may be involved with a Libra or you may have Libra placements in your chart, okay? But what I see here, Scorpio, is not only are you feeling very emotionally overwhelmed this week, you could be going to maybe like a friend or a family member and asking for some sort of assistance or advice. Okay, if that's not the case, you feel very alone when it comes to what you're going through. And when I look at that image, it's really just feeling very overwhelmed when it comes to specifically the emotional department. So you're thinking of this person, you're affected by this separation, but your emotions are just, you know, causing you to feel very overwhelmed or exhausted. There could be many different emotions that you're feeling all at once. Or when you think about this person, it's kind of like, mixed emotions and you're feeling like it's becoming very overbearing. Yeah, we have the Strength card. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. And we have the Six of Pentacles. There is an energy of you feeling very neglected in this situation or feeling like you did not have this person's undivided attention, especially when you needed it most. And with the Strength card here, it has a lot to do with you trying to kind of not fixate on the pain, or you're trying to maybe use something as a distraction, or just trying your best not to be consumed by thoughts of this person, but it's taking everything in you to fight this urge of, thinking about them, or maybe even some of you have an urge to speak to this person. Okay, so I'm going to start off by seeing how they're viewing you this week. Okay, Five of Swords. The last conversation you had with this person may have been a conflict. Okay, or it was a disagreement that could have escalated into something more. Because the way that they're viewing you is someone who is holding on to some sort of communication, or you're still hurt by what was said. Now, this person, when they're thinking of you, they're feeling very mentally conflicted. They're like, where do we go from here? Or so much was said, so much was done. I don't know, pretty much what my next steps are. But they do believe you're still affected by a conversation that has taken place between you both. And the Five of Swords also has a lot to do with going back and forth in their mind about what was said. It could be, what was said on your end, what was said on their end. It's just like they're revisiting a conversation and they know that it's mentally impacting you as well. And what's causing them to feel uneasy is the last memory that they have is the both of you having a disagreement, with the Five of Swords being the first card there. So we have the King of Swords, okay, followed by the Tower in the challenge position. This person didn't expect you to say something, is what I'm getting here, or do something. Like, the King of Swords has a lot to do with communication, but it's associated with speaking your truth or accepting, the reality of a situation. So it's very clear cut energy, no BS, right? So you may have made something very clear to this person in terms of what was not working in this connection, or there's something that you called this person out on, but they were more defensive towards it instead of, receiving it from a place of understanding and saying, okay, maybe there's some truth in that and I can, work on that. It was more so like a very defensive energy once you said this very thing. Okay. The Tower, yeah, they didn't expect this from you. They may have not even expected for the both of you to be in a separation because they feel like this is something they were not prepared for. The tower also has a lot to do with this person feeling that you are not as invested in this situation, or you are not fixated on them as much as you used to be. The tower could speak about someone kind of stepping down in position, but if I were to read it in a love spread, it's almost like they know that you're not prioritizing them, or they're not your priority this week. That's how they feel. They're receiving a lot of news about you, about this connection here, okay? But the main thing that I see in the challenge position is someone who is affected by the fact that you're angry with them or you're frustrated. And there is something that you made very clear, which obviously you're going to know your situation better than I will. It is a general read, but it could be, either calling this person out on something, maybe speaking your truth in terms of something you were not really being vocal about. And then, maybe you just got really sick and tired and told this person, hey, I am upset, or I am unhappy with how things are progressing. And they, what the cards are telling me is they did not expect that. And they're still thinking about it. Seems to me that there's something here you were kind of just allowing, and you were either hoping that it would go away on its own, or you guys would find a solution, or you tried your best to just not speak about it, and then you got to the point of like your breaking point where it's like, you know what, I'm no longer, I'm going to keep this bottled up. I'm just going to tell this person, and if it results in a separation, or if it makes this person upset, fine, so be it, but at least I spoke my truth. Right? Very clear cut energy here. The way that you're viewing them, the world card, so you definitely feel like things have came to an end between you and this person. You may feel like it was much needed for this cycle to close out, because as much as you could be feeling conflicted, or you're still feeling very connected to this person emotionally, you do feel like what was said needed to be said. Like you didn't want to live in a world full of secrets, or you didn't want to be in a relationship with this person, but you were being held back on how you truly felt. That may have not felt authentic to you, right? Kind of like, why am I connecting with someone where I can't be completely open with them? And you're trying to accept an ending. You're trying to say, okay, this is over. But there's a lot of mental conflict that you feel this week. And it's specifically because you're holding on to something like a conversation. Yeah, in your feelings, we have the Eight of Swords, okay? And we have the Prince of Cups. Like you do want to speak to this person, but you feel restricted. Eight of Swords could be some sort of restrictions, quite literally, in your environment. So your current circumstances could be causing you to feel restricted, or it could be something that's going on mentally, right? Eight of Swords could be whether it's you're feeding into negative thoughts, pessimistic thoughts, or you want to speak to this person, but you feel like they're not going to be understanding towards what you're saying here. Because the issue that's coming up is you want to speak to this person, but you feel like they're not in an energy to receive. They're in a very defensive energy. So even if you tell this person anything for the betterment of themselves or the relationship, you may feel like it's taken out of context, or they're just, very defensive towards it. Right? And so there's some sort of restrictions that you feel when it comes to being open with this person or communicating with them again. You are thinking about them, you are stressed out. The connection is, or the separation is bothering you, but you also feel like there are, again, some sort of limitations when it comes to actually communicating with them. So we have the Fool card in your feelings, and we have the Queen of Wands. There's something here that could be occurring this week that is helping you like regain your confidence, or it's making you feel better about the situation. The Fool card and the Queen of Wands could also just be you like, dabbling in things that make you happy, or putting yourself out, or you're putting yourself out there again, right? Whether it's getting to know, or developing new connections, maybe it's just spending more time with loved ones or friends. But the Fool card and the Queen of Wands could just be you doing things that make you happy, something that feels like a breath of fresh air. And it's helping you not feel so consumed by this connection or this person. It's helping you view things in more of a lighthearted way. And the Fool card, as well as the Queen of Wands in your feelings, this could also be you viewing your person as someone who doesn't make the best decisions, or they're very impulsive. You could view this person as someone who falls into temptation, or they make very impulsive decisions without thinking about, essentially the long term repercussions of that. The King of Swords being clarified by the Two of Swords, and the Tower being clarified by the Eight of Cups. Yeah, someone trying to accept that things are over. It's like your person knows that they need to detach, but with the Two of Swords and the King of Swords, there's something that they still feel unclear about. Two of Swords is not seeing something clearly. It could be a sense of denial as well. They're holding on to frustration and anger, but I don't believe that this is someone who has processed the truth behind what you have said. Because there is some sort of truth with all the swords energy here, but I think that they're more so either fixated on how you said it to them, or they're fixated on what it escalated into. But Two of Swords is a sense of denial, kind of like, no, that is not who I am, or I'm still holding on to something that I want to tell Scorpio, or I still feel like I want to have a conversation with Scorpio because I still feel confused. And the Tower and the Eight of Cups is like them saying, okay, I need to emotionally detach or accept this ending, but then why do I still feel like there's a lack of clarity? It's like they feel something is not finished, or they feel very like clouded thoughts surrounding you in this connection, where they want to have a conversation to clear up that confusion. Two of Swords has a lot to do with like being in between worlds. So exactly what I said, not to sound too repetitive, this is someone who's like, okay, well, I know I need to accept an ending, but I also feel like I want to have a conversation with Scorpio. So they haven't fully decided what they're going to do this week. And they're more upset about something that was said as opposed to understanding why it was said. Does that make sense? Because that's what's coming through here. And they do believe there's some truth behind it, but I think this person is just really wanting to have a conversation with you, because the last conversation that the both of you had is causing them to feel very uneasy. So every time they revisit it, they remember something, right? Or every time they revisit it, they're like, well, that didn't solve anything. So it could have been a conversation in hopes that you guys could get to the bottom of the obstacles that you guys are facing, but it could have escalated into an argument instead, where the both of you could have been very upset at each other, but it didn't really result in you guys getting to the bottom of the issue or finding a solution. So it wasn't really an efficient or productive conversation, is how this person feels. So in their feelings, we have the Star card. So some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. They definitely want to heal things with you. I do believe with the Nine of Pentacles, they are focused on themselves, or there's something they're trying. It's like an energy of bettering yourself, right? Whether it's your financial situation, whether it's something else pertaining to your stability, whether it's working on your confidence, feeling okay being on your own. So there may have been some sort of codependency issues affecting this bond that this person is working on. Nine of Pentacles in the Star card is wanting to heal things with you, but they know that this is also, guiding them in the direction of some sort of internal work or shadow work. Because as much as they want to heal things with you, they also want to work on themselves or work on their stability so that they could be at a better, space here. I think this is someone who acknowledges how special you are to them, but there's a level of frustration that they're holding on to, and a conversation that they want to have to clear that up. Yeah, Nine of Swords and the High Priestess. They are so stressed out, and they're keeping it to themselves. More than anything, with the Nine of Swords and the High Priestess, your silence is stressing them out. They may have not expected you to be silent with them for so long, or they anticipated that you guys would make up, even if there was an argument. But this could be the longest that you have been silent with this person, or this could be like the longest break that has occurred in this connection here. So with the Nine of Swords and the High Priestess, they're really affected by your silence. Nine of Swords is like a lot of worry. Like, where do we go from here? What's going to happen? I can't stop thinking about Scorpio, but I'm still angry. I can't stop thinking about Scorpio, but I'm still frustrated, but I still love them. You know what I mean? It's just so much mumbo jumbo going on in your person's mind. And they're keeping it to themselves, but they also can't figure you out because you guys are not speaking. So there's a lot that's going on for them emotionally, mentally. And to say the least, it is affecting them with that High Priestess energy. So we have the King of Wands and the Two of Pentacles and the potential outcome. This person's trying to figure out their next steps because they genuinely feel like there's unfinished business between you both, especially with that Two of Swords and King of Swords energy. even though they feel frustrated, they don't want to leave things where they are. That's what's causing them to feel uneasy. And King of Wands is someone who's still fixated on you, someone who's still passionate about you. But the Two of Pentacles is like that back and forth energy of, do I do this or do I say that? And this could be a week where they have a lot on their plate, but you're still on their mind. King of Wands being clarified by the Moon card, Two of Pentacles, Magician. Yeah, what you don't know is this person still wants to work on this connection with you. That's what I see in the potential outcome. The Moon card and the Magician, it also has a lot to do with someone manifesting or desiring something, but keeping it to themselves. Feeling very alone when they're, desiring this as well. So they may feel like you're not on the same page as them in terms of wanting to reconnect, but that's what they're wanting. Their desire for you, how passionate they feel, or this desire that they have to pursue a connection with you is something that they're keeping under wraps with the Moon. But Two of Pentacles and Magician is this person asking for answers, especially when it comes to what should I say next or what should I do next, because the silence is really bothering them with the Nine of Swords and the High Priestess. So let's see what they want to communicate to you. You speak to me through music. Okay, so there could be certain songs that are reminding this person of you. I'm starting to understand our connection. That could be that High Priestess energy and their feelings as well. It's almost like when you're receiving some sort of downloads, or you understand the deeper or higher meaning as to why you're connecting with someone, or the spiritual reasoning behind it. Just being near you is intoxicating. That's that King of Wands energy. Yeah, they could be frustrated, but this is someone who feels like they can't be upset at you for so long, or they're not willing to hold a grudge. I couldn't let you get close to me. So this could be someone who struggled with, opening up or allowing you, into their life, especially when it comes to the emotional department. And that could be something that you were not willing to tolerate. That could be the leading cause of the conflict that you guys had here. Okay. So my wonderful Scorpios, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.